How's it going, Hail Stalkers? Sorry for you guys watching and seeing the countdown with the interruptions. Having some unexplained technical difficulties that we'll look into after this. It is Thursday, very tail end of March here, and it's our daily hail forecast. And just a little spoiler alert on this one, it's looking like a fairly quiet day for hail here for the remainder of today and probably going into your holiday weekend as well. But first, make sure you have those notifications set up so when the next system does come through, you don't miss out on anything. Go to your notification options. It's going to be on your desktop computer. It's not yet on the app for you to change it. And you go to this lovely notification settings a screen here. You can set up the methods for which you like to receive push notifications, whether a push notification on your phone, sent as an email, or even sent onto your desktop computer while you're sitting at your computer at your office, for example. And you can go to your notification settings as well and set up the regions for which you'd like to receive push notifications from when we start mapping, from when we have golf ball size hail or larger falling in a location, or if of 10,000 or more, or if we are live like we are right now, and of course when we have 2-star maps or greater available for purchase or to be viewed if you're already a subscriber. So make sure you have those all set up so you don't miss any of our updates. Forecast for today, it is a very tiny little area and is even more pulled back from what I've had the past couple days. We have a pretty intense rainy squall line moving through most of Mississippi and Louisiana and now into Alabama. So that really kills our hail chances, except for the very, very southern section here where a storm or two might spike up for a second and drop some quarter, maybe $half size hail for just a few brief moments. I had New Orleans in here until I looked at the radar again just a few minutes ago and saw that the rain's already moved through New Orleans. So really Mobile, Alabama, that's your only shot. Anywhere between now and when it starts raining. If it doesn't happen between then you're not probably going to see any hail. So this system that has been plaguing Texas the past few days and our whole just weather pattern in general with periodic period of hail is finally starting to slowly move across the east. And with it moving out of the region, we're going to replace that with a couple pretty strong cold fronts that is going to really push that cold air deep into Texas and Oklahoma and a lot of the southeast. So it really kind of kills our hail chances for tomorrow, Saturday, and on Sunday. So the holiday weekend looks like it's going to be very quiet. It looks like Mother Nature is not going to be greeting any cities with some Easter egg size hail this year. I think it's going to be a very quiet holiday weekend. And then after that, I think we're going to see a couple storms possible, depending on what run of the models ends up being true. There should be some chances for some severe weather, probably starting on Tuesday, and then things might be, again, this first week of April looks like it might be a little quiet, but I'll show the models in just a second. There is a light at the end of the tunnel here. It looks like things are going to tick up noticeably, probably right around the second week of April here. Let me just pop on to the models. This is the American model, GFS. This is the upper air pattern. This is the system that has been plaguing us the past few days. It is going to move on out. It's taking its sweet time to move out, though, at least. So by the time Saturday rolls around, it will be off the coast, no out of our hair. But with that, we have a pattern that is, for the weekend, fairly conducive of cold air moving into the area. So that really, especially folks in the Great Lakes region and into the Northeast, cold air is just going to continue to stream downward and continue to just really bear down this area. Winter is not giving up in places like Chicago and further east in New York City and Boston and whatnot. And we move forward. We get through this week. Another big cold shot comes in towards the midweek here. And then after that, we see going in towards next weekend. So this is going to be around the 7th, the 8th. A nice little, this looks like this would be a big severe weather maker. And it has been pretty consistent on the models here showing this coming in, and then the pattern really starts to kind of shift around a little bit. Ooh, that looks pretty good on that one. This would be, I know this is the very end of the run, but if something like this were to happen, that'd be a lot of severe weather. So again, don't freak out too much if that first week of April is kind of quiet. I think that things are going to get rocking and rolling a little bit. Again, meteorologist that I tend to follow, he has a very cold bias. He says delayed, not denied. I think that's what's going to happen. Things are a little more delayed than I was expecting. We had the severe weather start right around St. Patrick's Day, and then this next system that plagued us all week ended up being kind of a dud, which unfortunately, for how long it lasted, kind of killed us for the rest of the month. So now we just have to wait for all that to wash away and reset the atmosphere and get ourselves going for a more progressive pattern. But going into this next week, that isn't going to be all quiet. We do have, once we get past a pretty cold weekend, pretty cold Sunday, especially in like Oklahoma and Oklahoma City. I know it's going to be unusually cold on Sunday. We move through here. This is the dew points, and you see the moist air doesn't get very far south. Doesn't really get down past the Red River very much. So I think the moisture turn, I think Monday we'll have quite a bit of moisture in the area. I wouldn't be shocked if only 1 or 2 storms decide to form on this over here. We have some moisture in the area. It may not be the deepest moisture in Oklahoma and Kansas, but I think in Texas you might see a storm or 2 fire on Monday if this holds true. And then this particular model run is trying to push a cold front, but I know a previous one was showing quite a bit of severe weather in Texas on Tuesday. I think there will be some severe weather with this on Tuesday, and then moving past, this doesn't look too great. The moisture returns by Thursday, and then we'll probably see some severe weather then as well. So again, it's going to be a quiet weekend. You guys can go enjoy Easter, or if you don't celebrate Easter, just a long weekend with your families. And things will probably pick up again once we get into next week. We'll be here for a video tomorrow, like we always do, at 12 p.m. But I think I myself may be taking the weekend off from the videos, mainly just because I too would like to spend some time just at home with this quieter weather. But we'll let you know. Obviously, if anything changes and severe weather decides to happen over the weekend, I will shift things around and make it so that happens. But in the meantime, I think things are going to be fairly quiet once we get into this weekend for you to enjoy a quiet holiday Easter weekend. Make sure you follow our posts here on Facebook in case anything crazy does change. And hit follow, hit see first, pop at the top of your news feed. If you guys watch our videos regularly, you hear this spiel every single day. Just make sure you don't miss any of our posts, even if you miss out on some of our push notifications. And if you have any more questions about Hailtrace in general, give us a call, 855-334-4245. Email us at info@hailtrace.com, or what's proving to be the more popular option, going on our website on hailtrace.com, and there's a little icon in the lower right hand corner that's intercom, and you can direct chat with us on there. So if you have any questions about Hailtrace in general, you want a hail impact report, any weather questions, anything at all, you can message us in there, and we typically respond pretty quickly if it's during the day. Maybe not 3 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday, but we will respond pretty quickly during the day, especially during the week. With that, I'm lead meteorologist John Choquette. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. I'll see you again tomorrow at 12 p.m. We'll just be kind of looking ahead at the potential for storms once we move into April a little bit here. And I hope you guys have a great, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow at 12 p.m. like we always do here at Hailtrace.